Hi there. So I'm here in Bend, Oregon, where usually it feels like a great place to be. So we're in the mountains, this beautiful little town outside of Portland, and up on the sunny side of the Cascades. And if you don't live here, you've probably heard something about Bend lately because we've been in the news for a tragedy. Our little town, I guess we've got about 80, 100,000 people here. So it's a small city, big town. We are the location of a mass casualty event, a shooting that happened on Sunday. And it's pretty devastating to this community. And if you live here, you know that. And if you've watched the news and you haven't had one of these events happen in your community, then you still get a sense of it from what you've seen other people experience or from what you've experienced personally. But what I want to talk about today is how this situation impacts me and how it might impact you. So when something like this happens, and the story here is very similar to what we've heard in other stories like this, where a young man who's unhappy for various reasons uses violence in order to kill himself. And that's seemingly what happened here. I don't know any details about this person. I don't know this person. And fortunately, my family was not injured in this particular situation. I know people who were impacted directly, but what is someone like me or you supposed to do when this tragedy happens in a place like Bend or in your community? Heaven forbid. My answer to that right now is really about our connection with each other. Because what has happened here is that people know that in an instant, life changed forever for some people. And this is always true. We know this all the time. We know that life is short and that it can end in a moment. We know that. But when something like a person going to Safeway for whatever they were going for, when that person doesn't come home, it reminds us of the fragility of life. And it reminds us that, we don't have control over a lot of things, right? We don't have control. But what we do have control over is our response to and our relationship with the people we love. We can connect with those people. You can connect with the people that you love, your partner, say, for example, or a friend. You can reach out and have conversations and connection with those people, because it's through those connections and through that intimacy, whether it be physical intimacy or just connection, heart to heart, open conversations, letting people know you love them, whatever it is that we can do individually, independent of whatever somebody else does. That's where I'm landing today in this whole tragedy. How can you personally have a conversation? For example, like if you've been following me here, you know that I am right now giving away this intimacy workshop that's designed to help you talk with your partner about intimacy, talk about how to talk about your probably physical relationship if you're in that kind of a relationship, like maybe a marriage or your lovers, but you are off track. If that's you, then please download this easy to access course that will teach you about how to get over the awkwardness of having what I call the talk. You can do it. It's free until tomorrow. There's nothing to lose. A few minutes of your time and, like maybe dealing with technology to push like buy now, and it's going to be free. Because if you have a conversation with your partner about what you want, like, I want to feel close to you. I want to feel like you and I are soulmates, really, that we're open-hearted, that we love each other. Like, what can I do for you to make you feel more important in this world, more loved? How can I give you touch that you would actually adore? What is it that's happening between us that's keeping us distant? Like, these are the conversations that in my mind are so important, whether or not it impacts a disturbed young man like this, which I'm not implying that it would. What I'm saying is it would impact you in your life and your partner, so that you and your partner are connected, and that tonight when you go home, you have a conversation together and you feel like there's a little bit of opening, that you're not at odds, that you don't feel awkward, that you're able to say what you want to say to that person. You're able to tell them what you want, and not in a way that's somehow mean or forceful or kind of demanding, but like something from the heart that says, I want to be connected to you. I love you. And there's something that's kind of not right between us. What's going on? So, what can we do to understand each other better? I want you to understand me. I want to understand you. How can we do that? And if you do that with this course, and do it however you want, honestly, just do it. Just have a conversation. Let the people around you know that you love them, that you want to be closer to them. Let this happen between you and your partner, your husband, your wife, your partner. Let this happen between you, because honestly, life is short. We don't know what's going to happen today, tomorrow, next week. We only know we have a voice right now. You have a voice right now, and you can use that voice to show this other person your lover, right? Or you become roommates instead of lovers. I hear that all the time. Like, we used to be passionate lovers, and now we're just like going through the motions, trying to figure out who's going to have dinner. Are we going to do takeout tonight, or whatever? And that's all fine. But you can do that with love, with compassion, with openness, with connection. Do that now. And when you do that in a way that allows that person to know that you recognize that things have happened, right? There is not a relationship out there where some stuff hasn't happened. So everybody has something that's happened. You've been hurt. They've been hurt. Something's happened. It's just the truth. I've not met anybody yet who hasn't had some kind of issue, difficulty, whatever, in their marriage or relationship. So something's happened in the past, or maybe it just happened before you all met, before you and your partner met. Maybe something happened back then, whenever that was. We need to contain or connect those things to our current situation and understand each other, and know that there's hurt feelings on both sides, and that we just want to be close. Yeah, that's what I have to say from Bend, Oregon, where there are a lot of scared and sad people right now. And I'm sending love to the people who were lost. And yeah, to you, if you live in this community, and even if you don't live in this community, you know what this means to you. A little place like this that, way out in the middle of nowhere, you'd think people come here, they worry about things like getting sunburned, or, how to catch fish on a fly line and throw them back in the river, or, whatever, how to figure out the e-bikes. There are lots of things people do here. And now people in this community are dealing with the aftermath of a tragedy at a Safeway grocery store. Sending you love.